Hello, my loves. Today we're going to do a really gentle, nourishing Yin Yoga practice, and we're going to get right into it. So we're going to bring the soles of the feet together, pulling them a little bit away from the body, making that diamond shape with the legs. We'll take a deep breath in through the nose. And then on the exhale, we're going to gently round forward, tucking the chin into the chest. And then we hold here for time. Always an option to put pillows here if you want to bring the floor higher. You can rest your head on the pillows. Otherwise, we'll go right into the pose. So we'll take a deep breath in through the nose. Release with an audible sigh. One more deep breath in. We release with a sigh. And just gently allow yourself to settle into the pose as we hold for time. So just continuing to keep your focus and your awareness on your breath as we find stillness in the body. So remember, in our Yin Yoga practice, we find our comfortable edge. We resolve to hold still. And then we hold the pose for an extended period of time. And by doing this, we're going deep beyond the muscles. And instead, we're targeting the connective tissues, the joints. And so this isn't a practice of activating the muscles, but it's more a practice of deepening our focus on our breath. So when the body starts to speak to us as we hold the pose, we can breathe through the discomfort and get to the other side. Again, targeting the joints, the connective tissues, and activating synovial fluid within our joints, which reduces over time as we age. And our Yin Yoga practice is a practice of deep reflection and introspection as we find stillness in the body and silence around us. It's a time for us to connect with the thoughts in our minds, the feelings in our hearts, and to really meet and greet ourselves as we are in each moment. And just remember, as we hold, you can always reconnect to the power of your breath to guide yourself back to the present moment and to get through to the other side of the pose. A few more cycles of breath here. On the next inhale, slowly coming through center. From here, we're going to gently straighten the legs so that they're coming directly out of the hips. We'll gently walk the hands forward, again, inhaling with a flat back. And on the exhale, once again, we're going to lean forward, rounding through the spine. You have the option to place your elbows on your legs and hold the top of your head up. You can also place pillows on your lap again, if this is too much for your neck. If not, I'll meet you here in the pose. And again, we will hold for time. We'll take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale with a sigh. One more deep breath in And we exhale. And settling into the pose, surrendering to the stillness. And always an option to send breath to the area where you feel the stretch. And remind yourself to soften. So we're attempting to not contract any muscles and instead soften and surrender into the pose, going beyond the muscle. So taking this time for self-reflection and asking yourself, how am I? And allowing yourself to sit with the truth of how you are in this moment. And perhaps asking yourself what you need. Again, always returning to the breath when the poses get uncomfortable. Two more cycles of breath here. On your next inhale, gently coming out of the pose, and we're going to shift onto our knees. So from here, the knees go directly under the hips, and they're going to stay lifted. We're going to walk the arms out, gently bending, bringing the forehead to the earth, and then gently bending the elbows so that they're supported in this pose, Anahata heart-melting pose. We'll take a deep breath in through the nose and release with a sigh. One more deep breath in through the nose. Release with a sigh. And gently allow yourself to surrender into the pose as we open through the shoulders, the chest, and the front and back of the heart. So continuing to breathe, and as we hold for time, maybe taking a little inventory and doing a check-in with your heart. And just witnessing what emotions are present without judgment. Just allowing yourself to be as you are, to feel as you're feeling in this moment. Continuing to deepen the breath. And for these final cycles of breath, with our hearts open, I want you to connect with the feeling and vibration of love. So thinking of something or someone that you love in your life, and as you think of that person or thing, I want you to see them or it in front of you, and just connect with that feeling of love in your heart. Breathing love into your heart and exhaling it back out into the world. 2 more cycles of breath, amplifying the feeling of love in your heart. And on your next inhale, ever so slowly coming out of the pose, and we're going to gently, with very gentle and mindful movement, come onto our backs, ending with a spinal twist. So for this one, we're going to bring both of the knees into the chest and gently take a moment to rock from side to side, massaging out your lower back. We'll pause at the center, inhaling here, and on the exhale, taking the left hand to guide the knees across the body, and then the right arm extends behind, and your gaze will follow the extended arm. We'll gently close the eyes, keeping the awareness within for these final moments of class. We'll take a deep breath in through the nose. Release with a sigh. One more deep breath in. And release with a sigh. Again, gaze is following the extended arm. Eyes are gently closed. And the awareness remains within. Taking these final moments to let go of anything that's not needed, any stale or stagnant energy in the body, any thoughts or belief patterns that aren't serving you in the mind, and any sticky feelings or emotions that you don't want to feel in this moment. As we twist the spine, we release anything that's not needed. And always returning to the breath as we hold for time. A few more cycles of breath here. An option to keep the eyes closed as we move to the other side. On the inhale, bringing the knees back to center, coming onto your back. We'll inhale at center, and then on the exhale, guiding both knees bent to the other side. This time, left arm extends and gaze follows the extended arm. And if your eyes are not already closed, gently closing the eyes. Again, keeping the awareness within. We'll take a deep breath in through the nose. Release with an audible sigh. One more deep breath in. We release with a sigh. And then taking these final cycles of breath as we sit in silence and stillness, to intentionally choose to release or let go of anything that's no longer needed on your journey. Release it through your breath. Release it through the spine as we twist and hold in stillness. Meeting yourself as you are in this moment, allowing yourself just to be for these last cycles of breath. And I invite you to keep your eyes closed as we gently bring the knees back to center. And then very slowly and mindfully, again, keeping the eyes closed, bringing yourself back up to a comfortable seated position. Spine is tall, crown of the head reaching toward the sky. We'll gently bring the left hand to the heart and the right hand on top. And bow the chin to the chest. And take these final moments of gratitude. Finding gratitude for yourself, for showing up on your mat today to take care of you, body, mind, and heart. And gratitude for taking a moment to pause, to find stillness, and to bring yourself back to a state of peace. Namaste. Thank you all so much. I'll see you tomorrow.